E.N.D here. A lot of you have asked me from where should I buy single Magic the Gathering cards, which is the most suitable and safe place where you can buy single cards. Obviously, if you want to build certain decks, being standard, being modern, vintage, legacy, 99% you need to buy some singles to add to your deck. Sometimes it's not worth it buying a full sealed box just to find one or two particular cards that you need. And especially if these particular cards are rare or mythics, there is no guarantee that you will find those cards in booster boxes, unless you do a mass box opening. I've done some box opening, a maximum of 6 boxes, and I will tell you, mythics, in 6 boxes you have a chance not to find one particular mythic. But from where you should buy single cards? There are various websites, there are various shops where you can buy single cards. The top 2, to my opinion, are eBay and TCG Player. Also, there are some online retailers, like for example Card Kingdom, where you can buy your single cards from these type of websites. Just to make it clear, no one sponsored me for doing this video, just to make it clear. You can also buy your singles from social media. Facebook, there are certain Facebook groups that offer sale of single cards. And you can also buy your singles from your LGS. Always support your LGS, but in this case, just be aware from where you buy the singles. Before telling you from where is the most safe and most appropriate place where to buy your singles, we have to divide the single cards in a couple of categories. I think, and I categorize single cards in 4 particular categories. There is category 1. These are cards that their value is less than $10. This is category 1. What are these cards? These are cards from new sets. Let's say a new card like Force of Rage from Modern Horizon. These are cards, a playset of common or uncommon of a particular new release set, which they go usually $1 or not more than $2. These are the low value cards. Then there is category 2. Category 2, these are cards that their value is more than $10 but less than $30 to $40. What are these cards? The majority of these cards are standard high tier cards. Let's say cards like Karn the Great Creator, cards like Liliana Dreadhorde General. These are cards that are in these brackets. Usually there are a lot of these cards in the market. It is very easy to find these cards on sale because they are from a new standard set. These sets are mass opened, and I'm sure you will find these cards on the market. This is why this has a value between more than 10 but less than $30 to $40. The third category is more than 40 but less than 100. What are these cards? Usually these cards are modern legal cards. Also foil of these cards. I'm talking about cards that Sword of Fire and Ice, just to give you an example, foil Stomping Ground from the set of Guild Pact, beautiful card, foil Dragon Lord Dromoka. All these cards, they are very expensive. They have a value between $40 to $200. As I said, there is a vast list of these cards, and these are the category 3 singles. Obviously, category 4 singles, we are talking of cards that their value is greater than $100. What are these cards? This is high tier modern cards, vintage and legacy. And here we're talking about cards like this Alpha Dark Ritual. We're talking about cards from the reserve list. The majority of the cards from the reserve list, they have a value of more than $100. Some of them, you know, they reach thousands of dollars. We're talking examples like this Lion Ice Diamond, $250. This is category 4. To my opinion, for every category, you should have a system in place from where you should buy the singles. Because the main reason to be cautious when you buy singles is fakes or counterfeits. Fakes is the problem in buying singles. When you buy a sealed box of a Magic the Gathering product, you have a 90% chance that the box is not resealed and the cards are not fake. Therefore, if you find all these cards, with the exception of these two, I found them in my booster boxes. Lion's Eye Diamond is the only card that I have from the reserve list that I bought myself. Dark Ritual from Alpha, I bought it quite time ago. At that time, I didn't spend a lot of money. I think I spent around $40. Nowadays, it has more value than that. As I said, for category 1 singles, these cards, they are usually not fakes. It doesn't make sense, it doesn't make business sense to fake a card from this list. To fake a card like Bloodstone that has a price of $6, that fake a card like Force of Range, that to fake common cards from a standard set, it doesn't make no sense at all from a profit point of view. Therefore, if you should buy cards from this category, my advice is this: find the cheapest possible way from to buy it. If eBay is cheapest, go to eBay. If Card Kingdom is cheapest, go Card Kingdom. If another website is cheapest, go to another website. If you find a cheapest card on Facebook, buy that one. Just be cautious to buy from someone that has positive reviews. Doesn't make sense if you buy a card $5, even though $5 is not big of money, from someone that does not post the items, that have a lot of negative reviews. Always buy this type of card from someone that has positive reviews, because the problem in category 1 is that you don't receive the card. Always use protection, buyer's protection. It's very important that you know that from the website you're buying, you have the buyer's protection. If you don't receive the item, you will receive your refund. But for this category, I wouldn't do any cautious at all. Just I buy the cheapest from the most recommended person. Category 2. As I said, these are cards between $10 to $30. These are cards from the majority of them standard sets that they are mass opened. You find a lot in circulation. There's a tendency that the price will go down. Therefore, as I said, for category 1, buy from somewhere that is cheapest. Don't pay more money for a card just because someone gives you some sort of guarantee. It's not worth it. If you want to buy a card, the Great Creator, for $10 to $15, buy it from the cheapest person possible. Always, as I said, protection, buyer's protection, and someone that has positive reviews. Otherwise, there is a big percentage that will not receive the card. With buyer protection, like eBay, you have a guarantee of the refund, but you have to wait 1-2 months to get the refund. As for category 2, you have to be a little bit cautious that this category, having a price of $30, could there be some fakes. But because this is usually standard set cards, these cards are mass opened, you will find a lot of common cards in your hands, which means that if you say Liliana Dreadhorde General and you think it's fake, just compare it and you know if the card is fake or not. Also, I have done a video how to recognize fake cards from real cards, and my advice, just go there. I will leave it in the description below, a link to that video. Check that video because there are quite interesting techniques to check if a card is real or fake. These two categories, category 3, category 4. For category 3, as I said, these are usually modern cards or expensive foils. In this category, I wouldn't mind paying a little bit of a premium price just to be sure that the card arrives in time and the card is not a fake. Always find someone that has not few positive but a good number of positive reviews, someone that is honest and it will ship you the card, because we're talking about $40 to $100, not cheap cards, will ship you the card, ship you in a protected way your cards, and that the cards are real. If you see a buyer from any platform that has negative reviews, especially in fake cards, even though it is the best price that you find for that card, avoid that buyer. As I said, for category 3, I wouldn't mind paying a premium price just to get a good service. For category 4, we're talking here about reserve list cards, about vintage cards, about cards that have a price of more than $100, sometimes even thousands of dollars. In that case, if you're paying that much of money, I would pay the same thing as 3, a little bit of a premium price, just to know that I'm getting the real deal. If you're not getting the real deal, it doesn't make any sense to spend that much of money on these type of cards. We're talking cards like Lion's Eye Diamond, $250 to $300, Gaia's Cradle, nearly $500, the Tabernacle, $1,000, Dual Lens, between $500, $300 and $1,000, Black Lotus, if you want to spend that much of money, $40,000, $100,000. As I said, if you want to buy a card from this range, buy it from someone that has a good reputation, that have sold more than one of those items. Don't buy for someone that never sold reserve list cards. If you would buy a graded card, especially reserve list cards, it would be better because you have a guarantee that that card is not fake. And even though you buy from someone that has a good reputation, from someone that you trust, check the card if it's real. Especially old cards, they have certain threads, especially if you put them under the light. If the card is very flashy, the card is a fake. You can see this one is not very flashy, the card is a fake. Just check the cards, even though you buy it from someone that has a very good reputation in handling vintage products. These are my advice from where you should buy singles. Buy singles from someone that gives you protection and they have a good reputation. Otherwise, my recommendation, never spend a lot of money for singles, because if they are standard, these cards will tend to go down in price, and you will usually buy singles to play in standard and modern decks. Leave me a comment below. Do you have any recommendation from where to buy singles? And here there is the subscription button. Subscribe for my channel for more news, more interesting information about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.